Welcome, FNews57 here. Once again, we're back on Black Ops 7. I'm on the Xbox, and today we are going to be going over everything that you need to know to win the Dead Ops 4 Arcade Leaderboard event. So, let's go ahead and get started. Now, this is going to be one of those things you either are going to love it or hate it, and there's not much in between. I know the event video is coming out later, and honestly, that's just because I've been incredibly sick, and I haven't really been able to get started on this. So, my apologies, and hopefully this guide will still help some players out, and you'll help me out by showing it some love. So, for this particular event, you have to play in Dead Ops Arcade 4. This is Black Ops 7 Dead Ops Arcade, and I know I'm going to offend some people with this video, so apologies in advance, but this is a game mode that you either A, love, and it literally has like an occult following, or B, you absolutely despise it and probably never were going to touch it in the first place. So, yeah, it's going to be one of those two things. Now, I don't like the leaderboard events. That's been very clear to everyone that's watched my videos. So, if you're new to the channel, you need to wait till the end of the event to get a usually easier leaderboard. This you can't really farm, so it's going to be pretty difficult if you got yourself a sweaty leaderboard, but I'll try to explain both strategies for this. So this only counts your highest score ever achieved. And I know the video's longer, so please use the timestamps in the description, but I want to give you as much information to help as many players as possible. Obviously for this, we have the most sought after awards, which are placing in the top 5 for a animated chicken and egg camo, top 15 for a non-animated chicken and egg camo, and then an assortment of gobblegums for placing between the top 30 and the number 1. We also have dedicated individual rewards with a few gobblegums, personally a weapon charm that is kind of cool, and then last but not least, all the way at the top at 3 million is going to be a weapon blueprint. So this is honestly a pretty cool looking blueprint for the Maddox. I actually do kind of like it, even though I'm not a big fan of the game mode. There's also a few achievements or trophies that you can pop along the way. So remember, you're going to need to shoot for about 3 million score. If you see folks with multi tens of millions of score, it's not cheating, it's just this mode has a lot of nuances to it. So our first method that we're going to primarily focus on, this is going to be your single player method, relatively new player to the game, never touching Dead Ops, and you'll be able to get yourself about 10 to 20 million points with relative ease. If you want to play in a team, all players can get approximately 8 to maybe 15 million points throughout a single match. But obviously, if players are competing for points, then that's going to make the whole process more difficult. So bear that in mind. Now, our second strategy, this is for those real tryhards, though. So if you're a brand new player and you don't have a lot of resources, don't necessarily anticipate on using it, but you can if you want to. Our second method is going to rely on playing with a team with a thorough understanding of how this game mode works, lots of gobblegums to use, and a team to actually help you. That's where you're going to end up seeing scores in the 40, 50, 60 plus million points. Like, just absolutely ridiculous scores. But remember, it takes a lot of resources, a lot of knowledge, and definitely a little luck. So, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get the prep work started. Now, there is 2 things that you will need to do to start off with, and then we'll explain the mode. First off, you're going to want to make 2 gobblegum packs. Now, this is for the method playing solo or with a team, easy, approximately 10 to 20 million points, depending on player skill level, resources, and obviously a bit of luck. So, just take it with a grain of salt. Your first pack is going to be your pack that you start off with, and we will be using Tactical Diffusion, Who's Keeping Score, Crate Power, Wall-to-Wall Clearance, and exit strategy. Now, this may not be recommended for longer runs on harder difficulties. I am not a professional Dead Ops arcade player. But for the purposes of the event, Tactical Diffusion lasts 90 seconds or 3 uses. Each nuke that you use grants 2,000 Slayer Mark cash. Who's Keeping Score lasts 5 minutes. Treasure spawn rates are significantly increased. And the most helpful one that I believe everyone is going to recommend is Crate Power. On death, you do not lose your gems. Your gems are your score multiplier. That is, first and foremost, what this event goes off of. Wall-to-wall clearance is basically a free round completion, lasts 2 minutes. A nuke will activate free of charge on your position every 10 seconds. It does have a global cooldown of 15 minutes. So, no taking 4 players with 99 plus of these gobblegums in and spamming one every round. Save this primarily for underboss and boss battles to allow you to focus primarily on dealing damage to the high value target. Exit strategy is just there to kind of be of benefit under a specific circumstance. So we'll pick this up around round 12-ish. And if we don't use it by round 20, be prepared to crush it and then swap it out with another gumball. It lasts 30 minutes and chicken eggs will also hatch coins. Now sure, you could pop it earlier, but chicken eggs don't show up that much unless you get the chicken nest, which I believe can spawn on after round 12, so like 12, 15, 19. If I'm not mistaken, or something like that. If you don't get it by 20, just crush the gumball. Now, our second pack that we will swap to later on, approximately around round 20, is going to be the same thing. Wall-to-wall clearance, crate power, these function the same as they did before. Respin cycle, however, you gain either a helicopter or tank vehicle item, which basically is a free round completion if you're in a sticky situation, or allows you to do massive damage to a boss without worrying about taking damage yourself. Anywhere But Here gives you a chicken that lasts for 5 minutes or until you die, and it has a 10-minute cooldown. That cooldown is per player, of course. So one player could use it, and then the next player could use it, or both players could use it at the same time if you're playing with a team. Lastly, we have Aftertaste. This is one that can be on in the background. It's not really important in the beginning of the game, but towards later waves, you're going to want to have one of these active, because what it does is it runs in the background and it activates on death, keeping your shields and chickens when you revive. So, more important later on in the game. If you don't have it, don't worry about it too much. Of course, I should note that some other gobblegums that can be very, very helpful for this are going to be your ultra rare gums and your front load strategy, which is for your longer games. Some folks might disagree with me on that, but like Perkaholic, Hidden Power, and Gift Card can all be gumballs that are used relatively earlier on. Hidden Power, not so much. You want to save that to later rounds. But Perkaholic and Gift Card are front load gobbles that you can use and do make a lot of difference. So, now that you have your gobblegum set up and you understand exactly what you're going for, let's talk about the actual mechanics of the mode. I do need to state for anyone who is new to these leaderboard events, you are grouped with a random group of 30 people that have earned score in the event around the same time as you. So, the earlier you start, generally speaking, the more sweaty tryhards you're up against. Now, with this being a single zombies mode and a very niche zombies mode, as my friend Spartan pointed out, this is even more competitive than other leaderboard events. So, for our first strategy, we're going to explain both, and then I'm going to actually do it. I know, again, the video's longer. You're going to have to go down to Dead Ops 4 Arcade. And this is going to give you two options, play in a squad or play solo. I'm going to just get this out of the way first, so everybody knows. If you are planning to fully complete a Dead Ops Arcade run, on easy, it will take under 2 hours, approximately, depending on player setup. On normal or hardcore, be prepared for a 5-hour or longer grind. With that being said, you cannot save and quit if you are playing with a squad, so make sure everybody is locked in. If you are playing solo, you can save and quit. However, this event is being very buggy, and upon reloading a existing save, some players are not actually getting their event to update when they save and quit again, and it seems that the run must either be fully completed or the player must die and fail the run in order to actually get it to register on the leaderboard event. So do bear that in mind. We're going to go with the purpose of this video for right now, playing solo. That also gives us the save and quit trick, so I'll explain that as we go on along. A lot of the Dead Ops 4 players are going to say it's an unethical trick, but it's something that everybody knows about, and basically it's kind of like a mulligan. If you don't have your crate power active, or maybe if you went down 3 times in one round. You have 3 difficulty choices, but it needs to be made abundantly clear. If you have a super sweat leaderboard and you want to grind for it, if your top 5 players have more than 15 million, 20 million points each, and you want to beat that, do not go into casuals. You are going to have a very difficult time because you are only going to get 40 waves in casual. Casual is much easier, a little less when it comes to enemies. You take a little more damage, and most importantly, you get to pick the zones that you go to, so you don't have to do every zone. When you beat it, that's it, done. It's not looping, so you can't get the most score. The most score possible is in normal. However, there is a drastic difficulty difference between casual and normal, and during normal, you can very easily go down in a single hit. So bear that in mind. Hardcore, basically, same thing, even more difficult. Not really worth the extra time and aggravation, but there is a Dark Ops challenge for it if you're a super sweaty Dead Ops Arcade god. Anyways, your choice on what you want to do here. If you're looking for, I say, 15 or 20 million or above points, you're going to need to be prepared to go into normal using the same strategy either in a team or solo. But to start off with, let's all hope that you have an easy leaderboard with a maximum point range of 3 million. You'll be able to blow them away going into casuals if you follow this strategy. Now, that is not including our second strategy. So, to differentiate, our first strategy is basically play as normal. Our second strategy is boosting score. What I mean by that is you're going to need everything we talked about already, your choice of game mode, but you are going to need at least another player with you. The more players you have does not increase the amount of time that the round goes on for, but it does increase the number of zombies. With that being said, though, you also have more players, more Slayer Mart cash, different options for each player on what they can buy in the Slayer Mart, and don't worry, we'll get there. And you can have your other players basically act as meat shields for one MVP player, and that MVP player is the one that picks up all of the gems, treasure, and everything like that. All of the important items so that they can get their score multiplier up as fast as possible. You could also be really cheeky and have your other players sacrifice themselves early on so you can get more gems, boosting your score up, and then when you take your second fate as the Fate Divine Chalice or something like that from the Slayer Mart, it allows you to earn extra lives faster, and those extra lives can be used to donate to other players to get them back in the game so that you can get more life donation rewards because you'll earn lives faster. It sounds counterproductive, but that's the strategy that you'd be using when you need like 30, 40, 50, 60 plus million points. So probably not what the average player is going to run into. All right, we're going to go ahead and go into casuals. One player, no boosting or anything like that. This is the average strategy. The boosting strategy you need a team for. I don't have a team, so I can't show you. I can only explain it. But most people are not going to want to sacrifice the resources because you'll use more time, more gobblegums, and have more frustration to build the score up than the rewards that you would get from the leaderboard event. So, simple assets used versus assets gained, not worth it equation. Now, you have two options here. You can go top-down or first-person. I tried to do this in top-down, and I really didn't like it. It didn't feel good for me. But if you're on a controller, top-down is marginally easier because you can press, I think it's your triangle button or Y if you're on the Xbox like myself, basically your weapon swap button, and zoom your camera out so you can see the entirety or almost the entirety of the arena. It makes navigating zombies a little bit easier. There used to be a trick with top-down where you could cycle at will between top-down and first-person. I don't know if that was PC only or what. I haven't been able to do it myself, but supposedly you could spam it and get like constant immunity frames for a few seconds. I tried. I couldn't get it to work for me. So I'm just going to go into first-person because that's what feels best as I'm a regular zombies player. Alright, now as soon as we get in the match, obviously it's casual mode, so this is much easier, so it's more forgiving, but we have a fixed round count, and we have a fixed enemy cap, so it's just going to be a little, it's not as much potential score. Now there is one thing that you may want to do, and that's go over to Dead Ops Arcade settings. Pretty much all of these can be default, but if you go all the way down to the very bottom, there's alternate field upgrade mapping for gamepad. You can turn this on, and what this does is remaps the field upgrade to clicking in the right thumbstick. So if you're playing on controller, I would recommend turning that setting on. Again, entirely personal preference, but it will make it a little bit easier so you don't accidentally waste a nuke or waste one of your armory items that you didn't mean to. I'm going to be explaining several things as we go here. In the top left-hand corner, just underneath my latency tracker, you're going to notice 3 icons there. Your crouched icon, or your like soldier icon, that's your life. Your lightning bolt, that's your dash, an armory item, and the nuke, which is normally on RB. Now, generally speaking, you want to save those items, build them up, use them in situations right before you would die, that type of thing. But, since we're going for score, at the beginning of every round, you are going to start with at least 1 nuke. So, we're going to use that for our advantage for just the first couple of things to go ahead and build up extra Slayer Mark cash. Again, might not be the best strategy for long games, but for score purposes, this is going to make it a lot easier. So there's going to be 2 things that we're going to do. Immediately as soon as this starts, we're going to go ahead and activate our crate power, and this is just going to go in the background and sit there. Then, what we're going to do is we're going to pop our Who's Keeping score. And the first few rounds just kind of give you the ability to get started. You have your sprint. Watch out for crawlers. Grab as much salvage as you can. Salvage gems, especially bronze bowls. And focus mostly on clearing out any of the zombies in front of you. As you can see, it's definitely a lot more salvage with this double points active, because gumballs do different things compared to regular zombies. And also remember, if you're playing with a team, share these power-ups unless it's coordinated ahead of time who's getting what, and watch out for crawlers. So obviously we can't really see behind us, but we do have a little tack map in the left-hand corner. Make sure we grab all of this salvage. Don't waste a lot of time. I'm going to not grab that. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to immediately, if it will let me, come on, there we go. I'm going to use my tactical diffusion, and as soon as that's activated, I'm going to drop my nuke. I'm going to go in here, and as soon as I get my round nuke, I'm going to go for that. There we go. We wasted a little bit of time. It's also very important to note that if you get a weapon that you don't want, you can press your reload button to go ahead and drop it. Multiple weapons of the same type will go ahead and basically upgrade or pack-a-punch the rarity of that weapon. And of course, chickens pretty much give you a short duration double damage. Now, I'm not 100% sure of it, and obviously, like I mentioned earlier, the crawlers are a pain in the butt, so watch out for them. But it does seem like on some occasions, sentry guns don't seem to give you score for the enemies that they kill. So just be aware of that. There's also treasure chests. They're really, really easy. The crossbow is pretty good. I honestly like this saw blade launcher. And of course, what we're going to do is we're just going to grab all of the salvage at the end of the round. And we're going to go to the next round. And immediately upon the start of that, we'll drop our nuke that we get. So now we have 6,000 Slayer Mark cash just from that. And we can relatively easily make short work of these zombies, picking up all of the treasure that drops, with the bronze bulls, or gold bulls, whatever you want to call them, being worth the most. Now again, outside of prioritizing looking for crawlers, and obviously picking up any chickens that you have, and whatnot, gems. Gems are very important. Any gems that drop on the ground will be worth the most and will help to increase your score multiplier the most. So be very aware of picking those up before they disappear, but most importantly is staying alive. So always be trying to clear out some enemies, and of course if you get like the Fate of Firepower fate, that gives you a permanent death machine. You can lose some treasure, and it doesn't really matter all that much, but I like to get as much treasure as possible. A zombie kill gives you like 100 points by default, and then we'll grab this treasure. There's a weapon if you want. You can grab that, but it's kind of a bit of a waste. Just depends on when it's at. Make sure you grab all of your treasure. And then upon round 3's completion, you are going to be going into this wonderful little plunder room. If you're super fast through the whole thing, you might be able to drop this nuke here with your, tactical diffusion active. Make sure in this room you pick up everything, the extra lightning bolt, the extra nuke, all of that fun stuff. And you want to be quick, just as quick as you possibly can while doing this, so that your gumballs last as long as possible. Ideally, you go through the entire set of 4 rounds after that treasure room before your double points gobble gum wears out. Now, the ray gun is one of these weapons. If you haven't played with it in Dead Ops 4 Arcade, it's honestly not my favorite because you actually have to directly impact the zombies. So it doesn't really have like the splash damage feature. Always be moving and always be shooting. You can train zombies, but Dead Ops Arcade uses anti-kite technology, and what that means is, unfortunately, if all you're doing is kiting the enemies around and you're not actually getting kills, then the game will randomly pick a certain zombie and it will turn it into a turbo sprinter, where even if you have like the movement speed upgrade, unfortunately it will be faster than you. So bear that very, very much in mind. A lot of folks don't like the shotgun. You can see we took a couple of hits, we gained an extra life, and now we're just slowly recharging that life. Also, make sure at the end of the round I just did that you are standing where the pop-a-back spawns in. So basically towards the right side of the dock, and you can steal some of that treasure before the pop-a-back actually steals that treasure from you. It's not always possible, and you're not really technically supposed to do that, but it's a little trick to get a little extra score. You can see that we already have, 216,000 score in the end of the first area, which is honestly pretty good. I did get hit a couple of times, though, and then simply restock your gobblegums before you pick a direction that you need to go in. Now, this is where, if you're playing in normal mode, you do not get a choice here in the matter. You are stuck with going to Babylon. If you're playing in casual, you get a choice of going to either zone. It's up to you. And that choice is through the entirety of the game. So, that's where it's a lot faster to get your completion done, because you can go, hey, I want to skip this area and go to this area. I want to skip that area and go to that area. It makes it faster to get the completion, but it caps you on your rounds. You're also given a little, cooldown intermission period after you complete your 4 rounds. And this is when you need to restock on your gobblegums. So, exactly the same process here. Now, if you do not get to skip the rounds that you go to, that's where you're playing in normal and hardcore, you have to be a lot more careful with this. So again, going on round 4, we're going to choose Babylon because it's relatively easy and it gives us a ton of score. We're going to repeat the exact same process. So we are going to go with, as soon as we get in there, we're going to pop our Who's Keeping score. And then the end of round 1, we're going to go nuke, nuke. And at the beginning of the next round for that area, we'll drop a nuke. And then we can always have this crate power, the second crate power on us, because we have 1 active in the background. So if I go down, I won't lose my multiplier. And as soon as I get back up, I can activate the second crate power so that I have that free get out of jail card as well. So let's go ahead and go to Babylon here. And of course, I'll show you everything that, I possibly can to make your lives easier. So we're going to pop our Who's Keeping score. And this is something that a lot of folks miss, but you want to be very careful. Don't get yourself stuck. This kind of normally is designed here. Whoa, I'm lagging. That's not good. But it's designed to teach you about the lightning poles, but it gives you a ton of score. So there's these boxes that spawn around the map. Yes, grenade launcher. And these boxes are amazing because even without Who's Keeping score... Oh no, I got a death machine. That's unfortunate. That's not what I wanted here. I want to get rid of all of the boxes, pick up all of this score. I got the pineapple launcher. I do love me some pineapple launcher. But all of these boxes are available every single round. They're not the easiest thing to hit with the grenade launcher, but they give us a massive amount of treasure. And who doesn't love treasure, my mateys, right? I don't know if I'm playing zombies or I'm playing pirates. And again, we just want to go through this really quick. I missed a couple of treasure pieces. That's unfortunate. Before we go, make sure that we don't get shocked by the lightning poles, but we grabbed all of the boxes. I keep hitting the wrong button to activate my gobblegum. Go ahead and use this gobblegum, my tactical diffusion, nuke, nuke. And we'll start the next round with a nuke and immediately drop that. Zombies killed by nukes do not actually grant you any score, at least as far as I've been able to tell. Make sure that you don't get yourself killed when you're near these lightning rods. I don't understand why that guy is running around with my treasure. Oh man, I got the shotgun. Okay, yeah, double rocket launcher. Let's go. You can break the boxes at the end of the round. You don't have to break them during the round. So if you're getting yourself in a little bit of a sticky situation, focus on staying alive. Staying alive is more important than breaking the boxes. And obviously dealing with crawlers, because crawlers are very easy to get stuck on. They move faster than what you would expect them to move at, and they still deal full damage. You can also get a magnet, which helps out a lot. I'm going to get the sentry gun, and we cleared that out really quick. Let's not go that way. Again, we're just going to double check for these boxes. This is something that a lot of folks don't know about, and they leave score on the ground. Okay, easy peasy. And can I get there before my tactical diffusion runs out? No. I wasted my nuke. That is what you never want to do. You never want to waste your nuke. But that's okay. We're on an easy difficulty. We'll be fine. We'll get this done. Gonna focus on, again, whether you do it in right away or later. Oh, nice. There's a chicken egg there. Oh, we got some gems. Hell yeah. We'll take those gems. You can get weapons from those crates. Oh, monkey. Let me get that monkey. Let me get that monkey. Hell yeah. Monkey gives us time to react. Upgraded crossbow. Very nice. Very nice. I'm taking way more hits than a professional player. Like I said, I am not a professional player. Probably shouldn't have grabbed the extra LMG, but that's okay. Gotta always be focused on having a way to escape. Unlike regular zombies, where we can kind of just focus on training, we actually have to be killing, so we are making our own escape routes here. Again, that anti-kite technology, very frustrating. Grab all the score. Try to finish these out as quickly as possible. Do a last little minute check, or just make a mental note that you have secured everything. And now we're going to get a silverback challenge. This is usually what I get. Now, during silverback challenges, you do not actually lose a life if you fail it. But if you fail it, you won't get your Slayer Mart at the end, and you won't get the bonus loot and everything. So this one, I suck at. I can never get the laps done in time. It feels like my driving is absolutely ass. So feel free to say it, say that I suck. If you want, you can kind of get that little lightning bolt there if you time your jump correctly. For this one, you want to grab as many of the coins as possible. The coins give you 100 Slayer Mart cash, and in addition to that, they do give you 100 score. And if you run over a zombie, running over that zombie does give you an extra second, I believe, to complete your laps. Oh God, we are not gonna do it. We're playing terrible here. Come on, FN. You can drive this ATV better than that. Man, I swear this thing, I just cannot turn to save my life. Still, even if it's looking like it's going bad, just keep trying. Keep trying to get as many of these coins as possible. Run over a few of the undead along the way to give yourself some bonus time here. We got 20 seconds. We're going to fail. I think this is my worst run yet. I probably should be using more speed boosts since I do have them available. Last lap. I get stuck. Guys, I get stuck. I'm telling you. I have never once successfully completed this challenge, despite doing some training runs before this event ever activated. And Papa Back is gonna steal our shit. Challenge failed. We unfortunately do not have a Slayer Mart here. That is sad. But we got some coins. which is extra score. If you had the Slayer Mart there, it would have been nice. Or any extra rewards. So once again, we have crates that have to be opened. We have salvage. I forget exactly the guaranteed reward that you get from this. I'm going to have to use a lightning bolt. I don't like using a lightning bolt, but I was going to take a down there, and I really didn't want to take a down there. You really have to watch your back with this. And of course, I was so slow that I did not get to complete this round with my Who's Keeping Score active. Gotta move, gotta move, gotta move. Come on, launcher. I want the launcher. Oh, I like the shotgun. I know a lot of people don't like the shotgun. It doesn't really do a lot of damage to a single zombie unless you're like point blank on them. But you can hit so many zombies with it that I don't mind it. We got a teddy bear. I think that gives us like a shield. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure about that. I'm gonna keep killing. We don't have to worry about placement. We got our 4 times multiplier, 870, so we're doing pretty good for the moment. Where is the last enemy? Okay, he's dead. Let's not die to the shock tower. That would be awkward. Once again, you have to make your choice here at round 8. Do you want to go graveyard or do you want to go Nuketown? It's honestly 6 to 1, half a dozen to the other. I have played graveyard way more than I have played Nuketown, so I'm not really familiar with Nuketown, and I may I may do a terrible job of showcasing this, so it's personal preference. But if you go graveyard, which you'll be forced to go graveyard in normal or hardcore, if you go graveyard though, there's going to be ghosts going back and forth, and if they touch you, they'll insta-kill you. So personally, I think that Nuketown is a little bit, if not almost marginally easier, but you only have that option when playing in casual. So same thing here. At the start, we're going to go ahead and just deal with these guys, pop our double points. Try to get as much score. We're going to start dealing with zombies that are carrying barrels. You want to destroy all of the zombies carrying barrels as quickly as possible. Oh, I got some new kicks, and I got the war machine. Hell yeah. I am 1 hit from going down here, folks. That is not good. Can I get it? Yes, yes, we got a second war machine. Okay, boys, okay, alright, alright. Here we go, here we go. Told you, the first couple of times that you play, like, it's gonna be rougher. But then, as you get used to it, you know what to expect, where to expect it. Oh god, we got a tank. Okay, boys, that just saved my life. If you get a vehicle, the control scheme for driving it is kind of weird. You can't pick up weapons, but you can still pick up all of your treasures. So definitely pick up treasures. And we got a umbrella, but I can't pick it up because I'm in a tank. Oh, that is awkward. The umbrella is one of the best things that you can get because it spawns a guaranteed amount of gems. Wow. That's unfortunate. Well, it happens. Let's go ahead and take our war machine into the next section here. We have a little bit of time left on it. I don't know if I can get any kills. No, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get any kills with it. Oh, maybe, maybe not. Try to get rid of these explosive barrel bullshits as quickly as you can, and they will end up behind you. So we'll grab these bulls that are here. I've got a sentry gun. I'll take that. Okay, shotgun. Shotgun might not have been the best thing to pick up there. Upgraded LMG. Yeah, I'll definitely take the upgraded LMG. We don't have any fates or anything that boost it. Oh, we can get even more upgrades for our LMG? Let's go. You shouldn't have, game. I tell you, maybe I would have an easier time playing top-down, but I tried playing top-down and I just really couldn't do it. Silver bars are worth the least, by the way, as far as the treasure, then silver stacks, then gold bars, then gold stacks. Watch out for the crawlers. It's not worth going down to get a little bit of treasure, even though I'm playing like a freak and trying to get as much treasure as I can. Definitely grab the gems. I don't believe gem color affects the value, but I can tell you that the size of the gem affects the value. Everything except for Slayer coins, and I do believe kills, counts not only for your score, but additionally, it counts for your score multiplier. And that's the most important part, because you need to get your score multiplier up as high as you possibly can. Now, again, like I said, I don't particularly like the ray gun because you got to direct impact these zombies. And I do have these saw blades, which honestly, saw blades are okay. They're great at killing things that are really close right on top of you, but the downside is they do make crawlers. Got a sprinkler. I think that can be pretty good at times. And we'll just try to run through here before I miss any of that salvage. Again, we're looking to mostly stay alive, and having that saw blade does help. You can see how many zombies are left in the wave. If you're playing with a team, then obviously it's a little bit more chaotic, but it's also a little bit easier at the same time. Let's not get shocked by that. Ray gun ended, just kind of circling around these school buses here. Oh, nice. We have a volleyball. I think the volleyball is like the best shield item that you can get. I could be mistaken here. I didn't use my nuke like I was supposed to. Look at me being absolutely awful doing this. See, I'm already screwing up my run because I didn't do my nukes. I should have done my nukes. Now, this is where it's important to note, hazard zone. If it says hazard zone, you can and will lose your score if you go ahead and die in this area. So, Slayer Mart. This is where we can kind of look and see. We have a decent amount of Slayer cash because of doing the nukes, not as much as we could possibly have. There's a ton of different stuff that you can buy. Ideally, you get like a 5-minute jet gun. You get 3 free refill or 3 rerolls for free to start. You can buy more rerolls for 1,250. I recommend you spend no more than 6 rerolls, and ideally, you're looking for like gem cutter, your 5-minute jet gun if you have it. Random bonus room could honestly be pretty decent if you have that. Ammo mod, field upgrade, ether shroud, or Tesla storm. Gem cutter is a fantastic one because for the entirety of the rest of the game, the gem pickups are more valuable and they have more of an impact on your score multiplier. Pristine belt, I honestly don't really like that much. Then you have your fate upgrades, so you're seeing 16 random ones, and of course you can re-roll it. Unfortunately, I couldn't get screen clips of all the items, but in the Slayer Mart, some of the most important things that you are looking to buy for point runs are going to be gem geode of at least a 3x or higher, if available. Gem Cutter, Ether Shroud, but Ether Shroud has a 30,000 price tag, so you may not have enough for it. Tesla Storm, Tippable, which increases the score value of your salvage as well. Fury Output, Dead Operator, and Gem Hexed Vortex. Those are all very good upgrades that you should keep your eyes out for in your Slayer Mart. And if you're playing with a team, you can have different people on the team buy different items from the Slayer Mart. It is worth noting that if Gem Geode is in one person's Slayer Mart, it will not be in another player's Slayer Mart unless their Slayer Mart is refreshed. And when I say the Slayer Mart being refreshed, the person that actually has it. So let's go ahead and see what we can get done here. I feel like I got alright luck with Gem Cutter. Not my favorite, but we're going to go ahead and take that. And then if you want, you can chance a reroll. I mean, honestly, the random bonus room is quite nice if you're more experienced at the game. I'm not. And, like, the rest of the game, Magnet Pickup, Monkey Bomb. For the rest of the game, your respawn and vulnerability shield will be 50% longer. Is great if you're playing with a team, not so much for us. So we'll go ahead and spend a reroll, hoping that maybe we can find a 5-minute jet gun, which is actually really nice. This or that, upon finishing the end of the next round, a bonus room of either Kaboom Room or Power Room. That's another bonus room, but I don't think it's really worth it. Diesel Demon. No, we didn't get what we want. Fate of Divine Chalice, if you had enough, if you had 40,000 for it. This one's really popular, but you're probably not going to grab it that early on. I might be doing this wrong, but I'm going to go ahead and buy my 5-minute jet gun. I think I'm on the right round for it. And that only leaves me with 12,000. So I don't have any other good things in my store. I'm going to re-roll one more time. Gem Hexed Vortex. For the rest of the game, your Vortex will have twice the reach and create gems twice the size. That's actually really, really good. So I might just go with that. You can also get like extra life for playing in a team. Yeah, we got pretty good. We're going to buy Gem Hexed Vortex. Okay, so now we just need to complete this. I don't necessarily have to go through every arena. If we die here, we will lose a life. So just bear that in mind. Try to grab everything you can and try not to die. I spent way too much time waiting, so I might have a more difficult time doing this. Wasn't ready for that guy to just come out of there. Oh, hi, Mr. Hellhounds. There is a nuke here. This can be very, very helpful later on if you get it. Not so much if you die. Usually every kill that you get in here will drop a coin, so we can get some stuff for the Slayer Mart. So we got all of those. You only have a very limited amount of time to go through and grab everything. And, of course, we have to watch out for the lawnmowers. And can we do it in 17 seconds? I don't honestly know. Oh, that's a lawnmower. Because, to be honest, I don't know how to get out of the maze. I think I failed that. Well, I got a marginal amount of stuff, but I'm pretty sure I did not do that well. And to be honest, I got my jet gun at the worst time. Probably should have waited on this, but that's okay. This is what happens when you're not as good and not a pro player. I believe you want this on round 12 for the entire duration of that boss fight. But we took it a little bit early. It's okay, though. It's not the worst thing that could have happened. If you hold down your left trigger when playing on a controller, you'll not only suck zombies and loot drops towards you, but you'll also blast all of the zombies away from you. So if you can get that for a boss fight, it is incredibly helpful to have for the boss fight. Oh well, though, it just made our round easier. Oh, there's a silver bar. Dang you, Papa Back, you're here to steal my treasure again. Alright, this is where we need to switch up our gobblegums now. Got to be very careful. You don't want to run in there unless you have had the gobblegums that you want already. So this is where you're going to switch, and you're going to have your crate power in case of emergency, your exit strategy, and your wall-to-wall clearance. Wall-to-wall clearance will do us a really good job as far as keeping us safe, because we just completed round 12, and we have our exit strategy. We missed out on a few points. Now, just so everybody knows, remember, exit strategy is for the chicken nest, and so if you don't get the chicken nest by round 20, you'll be deleting that gobble. And then the wall-to-wall clearance is dropping the nuke, and our crate power is our cheat and get out of jail free card. We do have 9 lives, 2 dashes, 1 nuke, and 1.5 million score already, so not too terribly bad. It is worth noting in your Slayer arenas here, again, having the jet gun for this is incredibly nice, because we can just slay our way through this, pull the coins and everything towards us. You have 3 dedicated lives. So, if you die specifically in this arena, those lives are what will be consumed, not your base life. Now, if you fail to complete this arena, then unfortunately, you will not get the extra rewards, and you won't get the bonus Slayer Mart, and all of that fun stuff. So that can be a wee bit of a problem. And as you can see here, I have a death machine, which is far, far less than ideal. But I'll take any saw blades, grab as many coins as possible, and don't abort your mission. It also allows us to get some of these things like that horn and whatnot. And this makes our life so very much easier for doing this, because we have the jet gun. Now, if you don't have the jet gun, it is entirely possible to do this, but it will be a little more difficult. And we're just going to grab all of these coins that are here. Get rid of all of the annoying disciples. You get more points for killing special and elite enemies. And you don't get any score multiplier value for getting all of the little silverback, papa-back coins. But they do give you Slayer Mart cash. And that's the most important thing here, is that Slayer Mart cash, which is 100 per coin in addition to 100 score per coin. So we're going to try and run this time out. There are, I believe, little extra power-ups and stuff. Oh god, we almost lost a life right there. Like if you make it through all of these traps, I do believe there's some extra goodies that you can get going through here, but again, you have to like make it through all of that and stay alive while you're doing so, which is not the easiest thing to do. With the jet gun, super easy. You can also see if you're in the third person mode, it's a lot easier because, well, guess what? You're good. You're great. You're golden in third person. You have the ability to see everything. In first person, you can't really see what's behind you, and it definitely can be more difficult. So there's plenty of power-ups, lots of coins. Just use this to go ahead and build up as much as you possibly can. Get as many points as possible. There's a bunch of mutation activations So, like, we can become a mangler here. We got our mutant injector. Like, there's just all kinds of stuff that you can get on this. So, you'll probably want to end up using your nuke in here. Just because that will allow you to focus solely, exclusively on defeating the main enemy, as opposed to just wasting your time trying to beat up everything else. Because unfortunately, the mutant injectors don't really seem to do that much damage to the statue. We should have a little bit of invulnerability when we first come out of that. And again, we have the sprint and slide and everything. We can activate our wall-to-wall clearance for this, and that's going to give us the nuke. I'm struggling a little bit. I mean, a lot of folks, you're not going to struggle, so you don't have to worry about that. But that wall-to-wall clearance is just very, very helpful for us to make sure that we take down this boss and we get all of the coins that he's dropped. Don't let any of those coins go to waste. Of course, when that ends, we have a couple of seconds of immunity, and then we'll gain a additional score and Slayer Mark cash bonus for completing that. Now, of course, we have that 15-minute cooldown on the wall-to-wall clearance, so make sure that you have it available for, I believe, round 20 and on round 40. So you need it available for the last 2 bosses, but prior to that, use at your discretion. Ideally, you got Gem Cutter early, so you can get all of the bonus value from all of these gems. And of course, the lava still sometimes I have been hurt by. Now we have the option to interact with another Slayer Mart, and we can further see what else we can get in here. So feel free to buy anything that sounds good to you, but again, it is entirely personal preference. Just don't really go broke buying random things. Yes, we got Dead Operator here on a reroll. It's 35,000. It's going to take most of our money, but that's going to increase our weapons and chickens with 25% more damage for the rest of the game. So that's really helpful to us. No, I took it down. Alright, that's okay. That's okay. We're in the fight still. My score was protected because we have that crate power. And I immediately activated a second crate power to go ahead and keep myself in the fight. This bonus room I find to be difficult. It really just depends on if you get any explosive weapons. If you get explosive weapons, it's easy. If you don't get explosive weapons, it's a little difficult. Grab all the treasure. Make sure you don't leave any treasure on the ground. Now we gotta be careful because we have to survive Oh, hell yeah, we got the bank vault bonus room. Okay, let's go. I'm not super familiar with this, but we're going to take everything. Oh, no. I got a minigun. Didn't realize that was in there. Sometimes you have a lot of stuff that... Yeah. There's some dashes in here. I know there's a way to get in this room of the bank vault. I don't know exactly how you do that, to be honest. So, just bear that in mind. Unfortunately, I royally effed up there, and I dropped my war machine, or not war machine, but my jet gun that I had, which is probably the best thing that I could have had. Don't get too aggressive and push crawlers. You might push a horde of zombies thinking that you're safe, and then just have a crawler in the mix. But yeah, I've been sick the past week, not feeling well, really under the weather and running a high fever, so unfortunately I'm very behind on zombies. And somehow I managed to injure my eye yesterday, so I'm kind of playing with one eye open at the moment. This is not my best run, folks. Now, this last section for this room catches even experienced players off guard, because it's going to start popping lava balls out of the center of the arena. So, it really limits your maneuverability. Just bear that in mind. I did unfortunately have to use one of my dashes there, just because I really felt like I was going to go down. It's the darn crawlers. Remember, it is not worth your life to save an armory item. Like, use the dash, use the nuke if you have to. It's better to use it than to take it down if you can avoid it. Because you can also restock on stuff. Not sure exactly what gives us this particular bonus room. Bonus rooms are very, very random. But we got some interesting stuff here. I'll just go ahead and grab everything, because why not? Free power-ups, right? Make sure you look in all the little corners and everything, because anytime you get a bonus room anytime you can get a power-up, it's just going to make your life that much easier. And then put it to as best use as you possibly can. Try to wipe the entire round, if at all possible, with it. Especially if you got something like a mutant injector or a tank or a helicopter. The more we can wipe out with our mutant injector or whatnot, the better this will be. And I know a lot of folks would like just a 10-minute video, but I want you guys to have all of the info that you possibly can have to be able to set up as much score as you possibly can and hopefully kick this event's ass. Nice, I got another LMG, hell yeah. A lot of it's just the same old, repeating the exact same steps that we've, already covered, the exact same info that we've covered. Moving, taking out crawlers, taking out the little annoying Ravager runners. It's the same thing that you already know, just putting it into practice and making sure you actually get it done. Round 16 is going to be our fate room. And this is the long climb. So again, really good if you have gem cutter ahead of time. And there goes all of our score. Like I said, if you do go down and you do lose your score, go ahead and just pick up your gems. You should keep about half of your score multiplier. Depending on where you are at, though, you do have the option, if you're playing solo, of saving and quitting. And whatever your score multiplier was at the start of the round, you'll have again. So it's kind of like a mulligan, but I don't think it actually keeps gumballs active. So just bear that in mind. As you can see, I saved and quit, and I reloaded my save. I'm at the beginning of the round. Was it worth it? Not particularly, because I have to do that entire round 16 now without a single gobble gum to protect me from losing my score streak. So yeah, it's something that you can do, but doing it where I did it is not exactly ideal. And now we have to either completely die or we have to completely win this game to get our score to actually count for the event. Actually, I spoke too soon. That worked to our advantage because we actually got a gobblegum machine to spawn. I think it was supposed to spawn. I'm not entirely sure why it didn't before, but hey, that's alright. I'm not going to complain about it. I got a crate power active, another crate power in my pocket. I got my wall-to-wall clearance. I'm feeling spicy about this. So now we can get our fate. Alright, so now we're going to collect all of our spiciness. Obviously, players that are more familiar with this will be able to complete this much easier, probably in their sleep without even taking damage. just about everything's going to be in front of you, so, you know, take it out. Don't fall off. Don't get pushed off by the traps. And you shouldn't have much difficulty. We do have those 2 Slayer Mart purchases. The boot camp, that gives us 15% more LMG damage. A lot of folks don't buy it, but I like it. And then the 25% damage. This part's easier in top-down, by the way. We'll grab this ammo for our upgrade here. Turn to the left and make sure that we are shredding this little mangler that appears. Same as all other manglers, you know, blow off the armor, deal more damage, blow off the arm. I like to grab the chest first here. Big bada boom loot. We got our gem cutter, so we're getting more from our gems. We're going to come up here and be ambushed. So we'll grab this soccer ball, take out our hellhounds, take out all the zombies that are following them. Now this can get kind of crazy. We got our little volleyballs up there, so we're going to trigger all of our little spider friends to come and bother us. Don't accidentally jump off like I did and I wasted my down on the previous thing. Instead, we're going to use that to our advantage to grab more nukes, more lightning bolts. And then just engage. I am taking you through the entire run with this strategy simply so that folks who are not as experienced as myself, or even if you've never played at all, will be able to get as much done as they possibly can for this event with as relative ease as possible. I know, it's a lot to ask. The good thing is just about everything other than traps is going to come from directly in front of you. And we should pretty well be able to get a 6 times multiplier like we had. Of course, once I kill this group of enemies, I'll show you. It is worth noting we do not have the save and quit option anymore. So we will have to beat this or die trying. The little fireballs aren't as much of a concern. It's the big rocks that'll just push you off completely. So this part isn't too bad, but we do want to shred the homes that those guys spawn from, the little like beehive looking things. And obviously grab all the treasure, but make sure that you at least grab the gems, if nothing else. I do believe you can jump or dash through all of these traps in one sitting, but I'm just going to play it safe here. I'm a little more cautious right now than what I necessarily need to be. I think there might also be a couple of secret things that you can do too, but again, not 100% sure on that. I'm not sure if I can use my wall-to-wall clearance right now for the nuke. And personally, I find this area with the Tesla traps to be the area that gives me the most problems. Just because it's really impossible to avoid the Tesla traps. And just like that, we took a down with the Tesla traps. So what we're going to do is we're going to pass that. Very aggressive like. While we have the immunity. We did take that down, like I said. But we didn't lose our score because of the fact that we had that crate power active. So I can pop my second crate power. That's going to protect my score multiplier, which literally is the most important thing for this event. Normally, you don't have to keep worrying about using crate powers. Like, you could just play the game out how you want to play the game out. Score is whatever. The more score you get, the more lives you get. Every, I think it's like 200,000 is a life. And then we have to fight Zursa. And this is the same, you know, crit point, stun. You don't see specific crits, but I believe you can use a nuke or dodge. I just go back my way down. As long as you're not getting barbecued by the trap, you should be fine on casuals. Now, if you're top down and you can switch to first person, you can just pop your 10 seconds of, like, immunity upon going into first person, and you'll be set. You'll be golden. But we'll claim all of our stuff here, and then we can see what we got. Another 5-minute jet gun wouldn't necessarily be bad, but I'm trying to save up some cash here. Chicken broth isn't bad for the rest of the game. The chickens last 25% longer, but it's not ideal either. Unfortunately, I did not get any gem geodes. So this is going to give us our fate room. And you have to touch a stone, which the fates are supposed to be marked. You'll see like visual indicators, and this red one is your fate of firepower. And you also get an achievement if this is your first time doing it. So what this does is this gives you, Fate of Firepower gives you your permanent death machine. So a lot of people love Fate of Firepower if you're playing by yourself. Some people don't like it. But again, it's entirely personal preference. I think both fates are good. I had to use a nuke. Nukes will clear everything on the screen. They will not clear what you cannot see. We're about to go down again. This is terrible. I'm playing so bad. And look at that. We have lost our multiplier. Holy crap, Batman. I told you I suck at this. We used the little save quit feature again. Maybe I shouldn't have, but I feel like this this challenge round is incredibly difficult. And even with our save and quit, we still got slapped by one. It is what it is. Well, there goes our painfully built up 6 times multiplier. I really wanted to show you guys having a 9 times, and I thought I was going to be able to do it, but like I said, I suck at this game mode. I do not enjoy it. But at least as long as you collect all of your gems back up, you should be able to get, like, you know, a 3 times multiplier. So we're still in the running. We have 2.9 million points. We just really suck. And, of course, we gotta avoid the lava. And there we go, taking it down again. I'm telling you guys, I suck at this game mode so bad. Almost took another down, had to drop a nuke there to get them out of my frickin' way. The little clocks can be extremely helpful because any of the zombies that enter the radius of the clock get slowed down drastically. I haven't had the opportunity to buy Gem Cutter. Oh, well, no, I did buy Gem Cutter. Gem Geode, sorry. Gem Geode I have not had the opportunity to get, which would have been really nice. Oh, we got some ray guns, packed ray guns. Let's go here. Oh, this is not going my way. I'm so sorry. I suck at this. I'll get my health back before going into the exit portal. We're back down to a 1x multiplier, so this is not... We're not going to get anywhere near the amount of score that we need to get. But round 18 completed. Fingers crossed we'll get the chicken nest so I get to show you at least what that looks like. Oh, thank God, a helicopter. We're immune to damage. It's basically a free round completion here. We do have a couple of seconds of immunity when you come out of a vehicle. It's literally like 2, but we have a couple of seconds of immunity so we can grab extra spicy stuff. Yes, we got the chicken nest! Hell yeah! Okay, if you get the chicken nest, that's where you need your exit strategy, so you go ahead and you pop your exit strategy, and now you got all of these wonderful, wonderful, wonderful little chicken eggs, and guess what? Not only will they hatch gems and everything, but now they're going to hatch coins. That is literally what we brought that gobblegum in for, right here, right there. But, of course, if you don't get it, then it's game over. That is also how you do a very easy way to get Foul 5-piece, which is a very rare achievement, by the way, folks. So if you want that, your string of 5 chickens, there's a couple different ways to do it, but that is one way that you do it right there. Oh, nice, we got a vortex, too. Now, of course, the vortex you could also use, and we have the vortex upgrade, so it's going to last for a very good section of this game. Didn't last as long as I wanted it to, but it made a bunch of gems. I'll take it. They're red gems, and of course I'm going to go down because the gems are on the lava. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I tell ya, I suck at this game mode so badly. I'm just an embarrassment to playing this game mode. I've had to burn so many of my nukes just because there's like nowhere to go, you know? The lava. I guess I need the 50% fire reduction, man. Alright, now after round 20, we do need to change up our gobblegum. Ideally, you get the chicken nest much, much earlier on, but unfortunately, we did not. So, once again, it's going to be the same thing. Why it says flavorless gum, I don't know. I have the gumballs. I have plenty. I mean, I had 99 plus of every gumball in these packs, so it shouldn't be saying flavorless gum. This is just another issue that you can run into. Of course, we could sacrifice a couple of nukes if you wanted here. Round 20, you're going to have a choice of where you want to go. I suck so bad, but I think I'm going to go for the Abomination now, even though I am not playing this anywhere near as well as I could be. Now, ideally, you wouldn't have your exit strategy active. You'll switch to your second Gobblegum pack. Make sure that you still have your wall-to-wall clearance, your crate power, and then you'd be carrying a respin cycle. Of course, you can also use the anywhere but here, and the tactical diffusion is there if you need it. Now you just have to pick a zone you want to go to. Alright, so for round 20, I think our best option here is Motel. But again, it's a little personal preference. Whew. I'm not sure how much score I'm going to get for you guys. AKA Liberty Falls. Oh, come on, give me the sentry gun. God, I suck at this game. I also have the chicken thing active, so that's using up a gumball slot. Really, I tell you, this shit gets to be impossible. Just play as far as you guys can go. If you're like me, well, I wish you the best of luck with it. I am just awful at this. Lost our score multiplier again. Anyone that says that Dead Ops Arcade 4 is super easy has played it a ton. This is not super easy. I cannot stress that enough. Like, you die too quick. Oh yes, we finally got an umbrella. Hell yeah. You could pair it with Temporal Gift with the umbrella to give you even more gems. Or the Vortex, but that's a more advanced technique that we're not using right now because we just really are not that good at the game to warrant it. Now, I promise you everything else, like regular zombies-wise, I am much, much better at than this Dead Ops Arcade. This Dead Ops Arcade shit, it's just, I'm not a super big fan of it. It's also worth noting you have to be super careful because when you have the war machine, or the pineapple machine as we should call it, you do kind of get a little overconfident, and what can happen is, unfortunately, you knock a zombie down and you think they're dead, and then they just slap your butt cheeks, so beware of the zombie wedgie. We should, under normal circumstances, come with a much higher, like, probably a 7 times, 8 times maybe multiplier by this point. Silverback Slideways is supposedly the easiest, so I think a lot of folks like this particular room, and you can supposedly get, like, a whole bunch of extra points from this. So obviously make sure that you get everything that you possibly can. There's a ton of different stuff you can drop down. You can get like all the extra silver bars and go all the way around. There's a lot of loot in this room. If you die, you can just restart from a checkpoint because this area does not actually penalize you. So you don't have to worry about it. Like, oh, you died. I think you might lose 100 score or 100 Slayer Mark cash. Like, you don't actually lose your score multiplier or anything like that. So if you're great at platforming games, then wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. This is the section for you. No, leave me alone. There's a bunch of guides out there by way more professional people than myself. So I will leave that to them to go ahead and show the best ways to get through each of these rooms. You might want to look that up if you're interested. Now, I really sucked there, and I didn't get all of the bonus stuff, so we did alright with the bonus room, but we definitely did not get everything that we possibly could get from it. We got a lot of nukes, though. I got like 3 nukes from that, which is huge because I honestly am just bad, and I need the nukes. Yes. I really do like the... Oh, gosh, there's always a zombie in your blind spot. Just to smack your buns, man. Always, never fails. I need way more practice for this game mode. Well, I did use a nuke, but oh well, it is what it is. Holy moly, macaroni, this is not easy for somebody like myself. Alright, we got our gobblegum. We're going to go to Homestead. There's going to be a boss in here that we'll have to fight. But this area is like kind of the most open, so it should be a little easier for you to get through. Plus we'll get more points from the boss fight. Gotta save that nuke. It is a little weird with, like, the slip and slide ice mechanic. Also really sucks because my eye is killing me right now. I don't know. I like, scratched it or something. Being sick, like, I don't know. My eye's messed up and I can't see. Damn it, we're gonna go down. Come on, FN. Alright, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. We have our crate power. I wanted that sentry gun, but I'm slipping and sliding on the ice, which does not make this easy. Fine, let's get our second crate power active, so we got to protect our score multiplier as much as possible. Whew. Alright, we got one chance to make this happen. Oh, that's a crawler. Come on, give me the sprinkler. That'll help just take out some of the horde. No, that's a... Gosh dang it, it was active too. I wanted the gem. Sometimes you have to give up a little bit of score just to stay alive. Alright, nice. We got the ray gun. Give me that silver bar. At least you don't, like, go in the water and drown. So, that's good. But I took a down, which is terrible. People have done the entire 80-wave match without even taking a single down, which is crazy. I, alas, do not possess that strength. I didn't want to let all of you guys down, though, and not post a event video. But I also don't like to post hypothetical videos based off of information ahead of time. You really got to watch these Ravengers, man. And I cannot stress it enough how the Ravengers will sneak up on you and just frickin' take your last little bit of health. They'll grab your butt cheeks and there's nothing that you can do about it sometimes. Ravengers and crawlers get me more than I would like to admit. Oh, we're gonna take another. Oh, maybe not, maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. The fire's out of the way. Come on, give me that saw, give me that saw. Saws aren't great, but... don't use it, don't use it, don't use it. Come on, come on, come on. Yes! Double rocket launcher. Packed rocket launcher. Die, hellhounds. I'm sure all the Dead Ops arcade pros are just laughing at me right now. No, that barrel's gonna explode. Okay, alright. It's alright. It's alright. We took a hit. Gotta watch out for those barrels. They're deceiving sometimes about how much time you have till they explode. Oh, we're getting pushed into them. I'm dropping a nuke. I'm sorry. I couldn't risk the down there. I didn't want to lose my multiplier. Take all my treasure. Because I only want to do this once. We're at 3.9 million. I've basically more than completed the solo rewards at the moment. It is so very easy to go down in this. Oh, there's a teddy bear. I want that teddy bear. I'm going to have to circle for it, though. Let me see what I can get. Oh, Wonderwaff. Nice, nice, nice. This is really great at dealing with the crap that's in front of you. Especially the packed version. Because it kind of stuns stuff, gets it out of your way. There we go. We got, like, the ultimate shield now with that teddy bear. I'll take the crossbow. Honestly, a lot of people hate the crossbow. And I think it's because it has, like, a very high probability of making crawlers. But I really like the crossbow. Especially if you have, like, 2 or 3 crossbows stacked on each other. I think the crossbow is phenomenal at dealing with a bunch of enemies. Now, one crossbow, yeah, one crossbow is a little weak. But if you have at least 2 crossbows, then it's pretty darn easy. Of course, the pineapple launcher, though. Like, I mean, it's just a classic, right? Who doesn't love the pineapple launcher? And yes, I know the guide is very long, but I'm getting you guys everything, or at least trying to get you guys everything. Remember, if your weapon still has upgrade ammo time left on it, don't necessarily waste another weapon. Be strategic about your pickups. There we go. We got that one done. Hell yeah, hell yeah. 27. Am I going to get another gun? Nope. But we do have some treasure here. We got to grab that for the extra monies. 4 times multiplier. I'll take it. Yes, it's a silverback challenge. Okay, so this is not going to count against us if we die. I just really suck at this. Try to get a shield if you can when you're doing this. I missed the 2 shields, which is very bad. And if you get to the same level and, like, you have less score and whatnot, you wonder, hey, why do I have less score than that guy that did it? It's simply because you didn't get to pick up as many score increasing items, or you didn't pick up as many gems, especially the gems and the golden bulls. At least we have a saw. Oh, come on. I wanted that nuke. I rushed. That's my fault. I'm rushing, trying to collect everything, and I'm failing because I'm rushing. God, I suck. Alright, no silverback challenge for me, so no extra Slayer Mart. God, I suck at this. That would have been phenomenal if we could have gotten through that, because we could have had a lot of extra nukes, but I'm not good at it, so. Oh, come on, something other than the ray gun, please, game. Yeah, I'm using a boost so I don't die. Okay, we'll come back for that. Get rid of the crawlers. There is a maximum number, and there we go. Die. Look at that. Couldn't get away from him. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. It is what it is. You know what? I'm going to try it. I'm going to use my save and quit one more time for this. I want to give you as best a score as I possibly can. Alright, we got this. Gotta lock in and miss that shotgun. I know everyone loves the death machine, but I don't know. It's not my favorite. Oh, ray gun. Don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me. Okay, that's it. That's it. We got the shotgun. See? I love the shotgun for this reason. Clear the entire horde. Oh, magnet. Hell yeah. Need all the help that we can get over here. We'll grab our pineapple launcher. Trying to move through the horde. I got one hit and I go down. I might have to use my nuke. I'm gonna try not to. Oh, I had to dash. At least we got those frenemies to help us out. A few little turned meat shields. No, stay off of me. It's the little fast cretins. We got a sprinkler. And there's 28. Okay. Alright. Yes, I know, Papa back, I know. We got to get our gumballs back. After, of course, grabbing the treasure first. Heaven knows we need our crate powers. Because we're not very good. Our crate power respin cycle combo. Now, again, remember, it's the Slayer Arena here. So we have dedicated lives. And if we lose them, we don't get the bonus rewards and we don't get the Slayer Mart. But we don't lose our actual base lives. This is our opportunity to milk that Slayer cash. Heaven knows we're gonna need it. No! We took it down. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. I can be very aggressive when you first res. You gain several seconds that you have this shield for that just kills everything. It's amazing. Oh, come on, I wanted the clock. I really shouldn't have wasted a life like that. Oh, come on. No, don't spawn in front of me. No, get off of me. Just collect what you can, guys. That's the biggest thing I can stress about this. Just do what you can, if nothing else. Damn it, we wasted another life already. Could use a tank for this last like 50 seconds, but I was trying to not waste it, especially because there is a bit of a delay in the spawn of it. But I'm gonna go ahead and hit it up. There we go, okay. I know, I suck. I had to use the tank to get through the Slayer arena. And now we gotta deal with the big boy. I'll use a nuke just to get the stuff out of my way. And then, once again, we're gonna use the wall-to-wall clearance. Because that wall-to-wall clearance is basically a easy boss fight, easy abomination completion. You can kind of use the nukes to keep all the small stuff at bay. Use your dashes to dodge the charges. The amalgam, though, is still touchy. And I failed. Gosh dang it. Oh, come on. Finish. Yes, we finished him. Oh, thank God we finished him. I thought I had lost my last life ahead of time. Oh. Let's just check real quick. Do we have it? No, we don't. Okay, we can pick up all of our gems. It would be preferable if we had our gobblegum machine, so let's just be really quick, see if we can get anything good. Tippable is great. You want this early on. For the rest of the game, treasures are worth 25 points more and increase the score multiplier by 15%. Also with the fate, like you could go for fiery output here for the death machine damage or nuke monger. It's a bit redundant, 3 nukes, but I suck badly, so I kind of like having the 3 nukes. And let's see if I can just get a gem geode. I got 2 gem geodes. Oh man, I really would have preferred to have a 3-pack. But we've been pretty bad at the game, so let's boost our score as much as we can by buying those. You don't want to go broke, so I'll grab a mutant injection for the next round and call it here at the Slayer Mart. Everything will be delivered in the next round. So our Gobblegums are off cooldown. We will make one last Gobblegum alteration on round 32. So you see we're getting all of those gems because we had 2 gem geodes. Ideally, you have even more than 2 gem geodes. You want to go for the 3 or higher, so where you can buy it 3 times, 4 times, or 5 times. Like if you just have once or twice, you can buy it if you want, but it's really personal preference. I know I'm missing out on a lot of score, but dealing with the toxic zombies, I just felt safer having this. I'm not 100% sure why I didn't get my 3 nukes. Just gotta try to wipe. Oh, we're gonna be in toxic puddles. That's awkward, to say the least. Alright, come on, come on, come on. Jump over the damn bone. I'm guessing nuke monger doesn't take effect till the next little bit. Oh, come on, get out of the acid. Get out of the acid. No, we took it down from the acid, boys. I couldn't get out of it in time. God, I'm terrible at this game. Come on, double pack. I think there's an ability that renders that gas to where it doesn't affect you from the Slayer Mart. I just forget what it's called, and I didn't see it in my game. But if we had it, we wouldn't have taken that down here. So much gas, I can't get to my treasures. Might have to pop my nuke. I'm going to get my crate power active in the background since... Oh, I guess it didn't use it. Okay. Well, I thought it used it, but I guess it didn't. No, we took that down! Why didn't it let me use my crate power earlier? Oh, that is so weird. I thought we were protected. The game did not let me use the crate power earlier. What the heck? Alright, that's fine. We'll abuse the save and quit feature. Get our 5 times multiplayer back. Okay, now hopefully it will let me use my crate power. Okay, it did. Okay, it did. It did. So we do have a protection, boys. We have 1 down protection. And our Fate Monger is working. Why our Fate Monger wasn't working earlier, I don't know. Like I said, this game mode is a little bit on the buggy side. Well, Black Ops 7 is a little on the buggy side, so... I am just probably the worst Dead Ops arcade player. I'm trying to help. We're almost done. We're approaching the end of this. Obviously, all the crawlers gotta go. If you don't want to use that save and quit feature, by the way, you guys don't have to. Yes, a helicopter! Oh my god, that's a lifesaver. Try to get rid of all the annoying special and elite enemies if you can. There are some Slayer Mart upgrades. Like, we missed so many Slayer Marts. There's some that will make these like last longer and attract all the zombies, 2 of them. There's a lot of good upgrades. You just don't have enough Slayer Mart cash. The story of my life, right? Not enough money. Oh, dude, I thought we were going to go down, but we got ourselves a rhino. Let's go. I've never used this in Dead Ops Arcade before. I never actually got one, so not really sure how good it is or isn't. Alright, that's round 30. I can't really take the weapon, and I don't think you can take a vehicle into the next round. Yeah, it just blows up. I was gonna say, I thought you might be able to, but it doesn't work. Oh, no. He spawned behind me. It also helps if you really memorize the spawn points for the zombies, so that you're like, okay, I know if I go here, there's going to be one there. If I go there, there's going to be one there. And it's also very, very deceiving that you cannot jump over those little bones. Like the T-Rex bones or whatever type of dino bones these are. Super deceiving, you can't jump over them. Now, I was in a bad spot there. I was in a bad spot. I was either going down from the zombies or I was going down from the trap. So I just wasted another crate power, bro. I suck. There's no way around it. I am just legitimately awful. Come on, give me my crossbow. It's like those bones form a wall. I can't even shoot over them. Obviously, the more stuff that you kill with your weapons and not with, you know, nukes or traps or whatnot, the better off you'll be because you'll have more score. So if you play really bad like me, you're going to have a lot less score. If you play like a Super Sweat Pro, you're going to have millions upon millions more score than me. Oh, come on, give me the treasure. You can lose some treasure, but it's just so hard to get to all the treasure and not die. No. I know you want to kill me, Crawler. Crawler didn't get his way. Any other treasure? No. Okay. Alright. One more round, boys. One more round. Oh, man, it's a hazard zone. Okay. Okay, guys. You got to remember, if it's a hazard zone, you are very unfortunately penalized if you die, so don't die. I should also say it's worth noting with any zones, but try not to be playing on a controller that has stick drift like I have, or it's going to be a lot more difficult for you. And unfortunately, I don't know like the exact path to get everything. Oh, we almost died. It really was not worth grabbing that nuke, boys. So hard to see, not in first person. And this back and forth between first and third person, man, gets me. I know a much more experienced player than myself would be able to get all of these bonus nukes. I'm just trying to stay alive, bro. Gotta grab all those gems. And of course we are on a time limit, so that doesn't make this any easier. Now, of course, we have the Zursa in top-down format, which I think is a little harder, but that's just my opinion. Alright, got the points from that. My eye is killing me. We didn't make it through here with much time to spare, though, so we're going to have to be really quick. Just gather everything up. Go ahead and hit both of those chests while we go over here and gather the rest of the goodies. I want that gem, but I don't think I can get that gem where it fell. 25 seconds. I'm going to use the Slayer Mart. Chicken broth isn't bad. Dang it, we got nothing good there. Ride My Rings is honestly not that bad if you're unlucky like I am. Alright, so yes, we've had to use the save and quit feature to our advantage multiple times. What can I say? My eye's acting up on me. I've had to make frequent stops and restarts. Oh sweet, I got a dog power-up. Dog power-up's hella awesome if you can get it. You can also buy one from the Fate store for the final boss fight, which is pretty nice if you get lucky enough and see it in the Fate store. Or Slayer Mart, not Fate store, sorry. Oh yes, gems. I love me some gems. No! Yep. Even with my save and quit, I still failed. I got that one hit. I should have used my nuke, but I didn't use my nuke. Like I said, I'm just awful at this mode. I truly am awful. Come on. I got a golden chicken egg there, though. No! Got stuck on damn dino bones, bro. Alright, now we have the only option, I believe, that it gives us. It forces us to Spore Jungle. And I don't know exactly how you do this, but there is a way to get up there and get those nukes. Again, not entirely sure how you do it, but there is a way up there. I think it's around, like, here? It's either that or you have to use a... Yeah, okay, that's what it is. You have to use a dash to get up there. I forgot about that. Alright. We're almost done. Wave 32, we got our last thingy. I really hope that I can survive this for you. Nope. Oh, that's how badly I suck. Before we get too crazy and we lose our immunity, we gotta get our crate power there. Can't believe I wasted a down and my first crate power within like the first 5 seconds. I swear, things are the most dangerous for you when you first start. And I have that death machine. I don't know. I feel like the death machine I get killed with more than almost anything else. Or I'm just going to get killed by a hellhound from behind. I'm just awful. Oh, we're using a nuke. No! God dang it, okay, well, I'm not using the save and quit thing anymore. I suck so bad that, like, I can't. I can't. With all the, these abominations here, I'm just awful. So, we lost our multiplier. You're probably going to lose your multiplier at some point, but hey, if you don't lose your multiplier, congratulations to you. You can see here, we just got punched, like, one dodge, literally. That's all that it takes from these abominations. Just one charge, and you're down. Yeah, that challenge round hurts my feelings. But we're done trying to use save and quit to manipulate the score multiplier. My eye is killing me. I don't know what happened. Like I said, when I don't know if I had something stuck in my eye or whatnot, but it has been absolutely killing me all day, no matter what I do. So I'm playing with one eye open, which is not the time to be doing this. God, this section you can get stuck so easily. I should have used the tank. To be honest, I should have used my gobblegum and used the tank to deal with those abominations on the first round. I probably could have wiped out most of them, and that would have saved me from losing my score multiplier. but like I said, it's just... Oh... You take way too much damage. What? Like, you should not take that much damage from a single hit. I feel, at least. Oh yes, my crossbow. Oh yes. Upgraded crossbow. Hell yeah. Upgraded crossbow saved me. I have embarrassed myself. I don't know if you can take damage from your own monkey bomb, but I'm not gonna stay there and find out. Unfortunately, camping doesn't work very well. But I don't have an opportunity to get past these guys at the moment. We're gonna have to nuke. The crawlers are getting too close. No! One hit! Getting myself into all kinds of sticky situations. That's why I said you guys need some luck when you do this. You may not have any issue at all. Like, you might be perfectly fine, just God tier. Or you might be just getting one slap downed. I don't know if the gas makes us take more damage, but it definitely, like, slows us. Come on, give me all the treasure. Oh. No! Oh, god dang it. I turned around to see if I could go around, and I didn't know that was the, like, abandoned bonus room exit. Wow, I screwed up so bad. That was a room full of nukes. Don't do that. Don't do that, folks. Be very careful when you just take your time. Don't accidentally lose a nuke room because you turned around too quickly. Oh. I'm awful at Dead Ops Arcade. Now here, after like Rave 36, if your score multiplier is already boinked, then you may not want to waste any more crate powers. You can keep an additional crate power if you want to, but it's a lot less important. Like, try to bring in something else that will help you survive, because it's just, at this point, if your score multiplier is down, it's probably going to stay down. These waves don't get any easier So bear that very much in mind. I'm not going to have the ridiculously high score. I wanted to show you a game with a super, super high score, but we're in Papa Back's arena here. We're in the area that I would say most new players, especially like myself, you probably will not get this on your very first try. Just being brutally, brutally honest. Unfortunately, the big boys, the specials, and the elites, your nukes don't just annihilate them, and like I said, I mean, you just get one tapped. It's ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous. So like these elites, I mean, I'll use my little bit of immunity time there to my advantage, but since they can one tap you and do so much damage, I'm just not even worried about it. You can use a quick dash or a nuke to gain yourself a few seconds, but then there's always like somebody right behind you, like a zombie just materializes behind you to slap those booty cheeks, and then it's game over. So bear that in mind, that this is honestly incredibly difficult. Obviously you could use your tank, but you kind of don't want to waste that super early on if you can avoid it, because your gumballs you can't replenish until you're ready to go to the next area. Your dashes and your armory items replenish each round, so use those before your gobbles, unless it's something like, you know, just the 5-minute chicken, which doesn't really help all that much, but it does, you know, increase your damage. So you're almost at the end though, folks. If you've made it this far, you're almost at the end, I promise. course we're gonna go down there. Alright, now ideally you've had a better run, you didn't fail any Slayer challenges, and you didn't go down anywhere near as much as I did. So, if that's you, my hat is off to you, and congratulations. If you're like me though, and things did not go as well, you're still going to have a good amount of score. So, you should be fine, because most players are not going to have this, like, honestly, most players are not going to get this close. This is not an easy mode to beat. But if you want all of the achievements, you will need to beat this mode at some point. Oh, don't die, come on. I got 1 life. I really have played bad. Oh yes, barrel. Any item that you can get that's a shield is so helpful. So, barrels, soccer balls, or not soccer, but like volleyballs. There's also an upgrade that you can get that makes it so those presents don't ever give you bad things. They only ever give you good things. But I didn't see that in my Slayer Mart. Trying to hatch this chicken. Not really having much luck. Not going to worry about it. Oh yes, rocket launcher. Hell yeah. Okay, boss fight time. If you guys can complete this, you are golden. I tell you. Get ready to get one of the hardest and least unlocked achievements in the game, plus a nice boost to score. And this should set you pretty firmly, at the very least, in the top 5 of your leaderboard. Obviously, you'll need to play better than me if you want, like, the 10, 20, etc. million score. So, the biggest thing is, you have to avoid those charges. Like, you can get a few seconds of invulnerability, but you've got to avoid those charges. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this vehicle thing right off rip. This is basically the easy way to just kind of complete this boss fight on at least easy. Because Pop-A-Back being able to charge you and just instantly shred you is honestly a little ridiculous. So use your vehicle to do as much damage as you possibly can, while obviously collecting as many of the score items as possible. You should be able to deal a great amount of damage to the Pop-A-Back, and hopefully you have more dodges, more extra lives, things like that, so you're not in as big of a pickle when you do this. And then we'll pop our wall-to-wall clearance, which is also basically a free completion here. It's going to allow you to primarily focus just on the pop-a-back. It's not perfect, but that's where... No, we went down. Damn. Even though we had that active, we still went down. Wow, we suck. It's just his charges. Like, I don't find a good way of forecasting his charges. Come on. Yes, there's our nuke. That gave us time. Yes, there's a little bit of immunity. No! Our immunity ran out. We just failed to defeat the pop-a-back. As I said, we suck at this game mode. That dude had so much health, and we had so little going in there. Even though we stacked the deck to the best of our ability, we suck so badly that we basically failed. So yeah, pop-a-back, he got the victory on this. You can't really, like, effectively skip this. But game over, round 40. We still put up a survival of 39 rounds. It took way too long to do that. Way too long. But we had over 6 million score. So let's see where that puts us on our leaderboard. All of our personal event rewards are completed, so all of our milestone stuff. I do still have to go back someday and defeat the pop-a-back, maybe when I'm not blind in one eye. And we are sitting at first place with 6.4 million, even though I played terrible. So my leaderboard is a little sweatier than I would like, but it's honestly pretty easy. Second place has 3.6 million, and the top 5 are all just like 1 million or so, which you can get playing normally by getting to like maybe round 20-ish. So yeah. Anyways, I know the video is long, but I hope it helped you out. Wish me luck, and hopefully I will feel better soon. So I'd love to be able to see out of both eyes. Anyways, till next time, my brothers and sisters, thy legion, stay frosty.